Congratulations, rookie. You made it. A lifetime of work culminating in being drafted number one overall in front of your family, friends, and thousands of adoring fans. You can now call yourself a professional football player. Are you ready? Are you ready for the lights, the pageantry, the stadiums, the women? Yeah, I know you'd be ready for that. But there's something I need to ask you. What kind of player do you want to be? Do you want to be just another guy putting on pads every Sunday or something more? Remember, this game, this is a collision sport. In the words of the great Isaiah White, in this game, violence is rewarded. You said you wanted to be the best, the GOAT, even. Well, rookie, greatness comes at a price. Greatness comes with blood, sweat, and pain. You're never gonna be good enough. That's what the greats tell themselves. So I wanna know right here, right now, do you still think this is a game? This isn't a fucking game, man. This is everything. Do you want this? What are you willing to sacrifice to be remembered, to be the man, to be, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Let Me Be Frank, a channel about movies. I am Frank, for those of you who don't know. If you are new here, go ahead and click that subscribe button, click that notification bell so you never miss when I put out a new review, a trailer reaction, or any of the other videos that I actually have planned that I would love to get done because I think y'all would enjoy them and I would have a lot of fun making. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are talking about him, possibly one of the most mixed reactions for movies that I've seen in a while. I know for myself, at the end of the movie, I didn't exactly know how to feel, but we're going to get to why I felt that way. We're going to back up. Plot of this movie is Cameron Cade, an up and coming new quarterback who's supposed to be the newest, hottest thing to hit this imaginary football league, gets a request to go join a mini camp ran by his idol, Isaiah White, played by Marlon Wayne. And during his time there, we kind of start to see the descent into madness, kind of. And that is one of my biggest issues with the movie. When the credits hit, I didn't exactly know how to feel. At the end of the long walk, I could not wait to come here, sit in front of this thing, and just gush over how great this movie was. There are a lot of aspects of him that I really liked, but the one glaring thing I didn't like is that it started and then never really just it just never got there. It felt like they were just tickling us a little bit, just a little bit on the taint, and then they would stop. And then we would start to build again, and then they'd tickle us again, and then we'd stop. That's like, having foreplay for an hour and a half, and then the other person just gets up and leaves. One of the appealing things about this movie is that it was only about an hour and a half, excluding credits, because that'll take about 5-ish minutes. So we're looking at roughly about just over an hour and a half. And I found myself, I don't know where we were in the movie, but I felt like we were more than halfway through and I still had no idea where we were going. And I didn't really know where the plot was. And it kind of felt like this is a stop and start thing where we never just got on with it. And that was frustrating because the visuals are great, cinematography, great. Music, I really enjoyed the music. The football that we did get to see, I was hoping that there would be a few more football related things in there, but we didn't get a whole lot of that. Um, a lot of the football scenes that we do get to see, we saw in the trailer, which was a bit disappointing. I really don't like when they put a lot of the bigger moments in the trailer. When it comes to movies like Companion, Barbarian, um, Midsummer, those trailers don't really give away the movie. I felt like a lot of the big moments were in the trailer with some on the outside. There were some that weren't in the trailer that it's fun to experience, but a large part of, especially what Marlon says and some of the things that he does, we kind of already knew it was coming. We just didn't know where it happened in the movie. Which brings me to one thing that I really, really like. And I may be in the minority on this because I don't watch other people's videos before I do my own. I don't want any influence. But from my perspective and my opinion, we need Marlon Wayans in a different movie, preferably horror, as the villain because his portrayal as Isaiah White and that frantic energy that he brought revs up and then he immediately calms down. And he does a lot of gaslighting and a lot of things that if it were in a, I don't want to say better movie, but if it were in a better film, it would come across as just absolutely great. But the fact that it took this movie so long to get to where we wanted it to go and it still never really got there is why this is one of the more disappointing movies. Now, I wasn't excited like I was after The Long Walk, but I didn't want to just erase my memory like after 28 years later. So it's kind of sitting there in the middle. I was just more disappointed. When the credits hit, I just felt really empty because I feel like we never really got the movie that we were hoping for. Now, what that movie would look like, I don't really know because I didn't really know what we were gonna get in the first place. But like I said, good music, cinematography was good. The haunting imagery was really good. The flashes that Cade gets throughout the movie is very good. Nothing overly scary. I would have to compare it more to like Requiem for a Dream as far as imagery, where it's not horrifying. There's no jump scares like The Conjuring, but there are disturbing things that if we were in that situation, it would definitely mentally weigh on us. Overall, I don't even want to suggest that you go see this one just because I feel like it just kind of ended. This movie could have benefited from a longer runtime. All in all, there were things I like about this movie. There were things I didn't. So if you do go to see it and you like the movie, I completely understand why you would like it. And if you don't like the movie, I completely understand why you don't. This movie overall for me was a bit of a letdown. But I mean, hey, we got a bad guy Marlon Wayans out of it, which I can't say enough about his performance. He was very convincing. Ladies and gentlemen, have you seen this movie? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I will see y'all next week for one battle after another. Peace.